Good day, everyone. I am Christian Jane A. De La Cruz, together with Cassandra Punay, Buena Garcia, and Casey Jane Santisas, and we are the Group 5. So today we're going to talk about the techniques of risk analysis. Risk analysis is the process of identifying, evaluating, and understanding potential uncertainties or threats that could affect business decisions, project, or investments. It's the foundation for informed strategic planning. So risk analysis DI is simply means identifying and studying possible problems nga maka-affect sa kanang project, business, or investment. So it shows us how this risk can affect our decisions. So in short, it helps us prepare early and smarter plans for the future. Like for example, if magplan ka nga mag-open ka og business nga milk tea nya duol siya sa eskwelahan. So risk analysis so dira na masud ang risk analysis, which is maka-help sa tuwa sa mga possible problems like daghan taog ka ng competitors and mutaas ang presyo sa mga ingredients o kanang gamay ra nga mga customers during exam weeks. So ug dili ta na i-study nga kanang risk, we might lose money, diba? But if we analyze jud nato sa sayo pa, maka-prepare pa ta og kanang solution, such as mo-offer ta og kanang mga unique flavors, affordable prices, or having a backup supplier. So this makes our business plan stronger and more successful. So next is the risk premium. The risk premium is the extra return that investors or decision makers demand for taking on a riskier investment compared to a risk-free alternative. It's the tangible reward for facing uncertainty. So the risk premium is the extra return or profit that people expect to receive when they choose the risky investment instead of a safe one. So, for example is, you have two friends. Si friend A, which is the safe one, and si friend B, which is the riskier one. So, si friend A, maghuwam siya og money sa imuha, but ilisan kaniya on time, but mag-order siya og 3 pesos every 100. And si friend B, which is the risky one, is sometimes na siya mga money problems, but mo promise siya sa imuha og 8 pesos extra for every 100. So the extra 5 is the risk premium, trusting friend B despite the higher risk. So another example is kanang tagaan mo og duha ka choices, muit ka og sili. Muit ka og sili karon and makawin ka og 500, or muit ka og chocolate but win nothing. So which one would you choose? So if mo choose ka atong mukaon ka atong sili, syempre makakuan ka og 500. That's the reward for taking a risk. So why it exists DI? So people prefer safety. To encourage them to take the risk, they need the chance of earning more money. That extra is the risk premium.
Hi, I am Cassandra Punay and I will be talking about sensitivity testing, pinpointing critical factors. So sensitivity testing measures how changes in key variables such as cost, sales, volume, customer demand, or raw material prices impact the overall results of a project or a business model. So the core question is, if this critical variable shifts by X amount, what happens to our outcome? So sensitivity testing is gibuhat ni siya before ka mag-launch ang product. Making sure na kanang before nimo i-launch ang product is kung naaman gay gamay na changes, for example, you are selling food or na kay gihimo na kanang product to make, for example, skincare, imong i-testing if ang gamay ba na ang slight ba na changes sa imong product is maka make siya dako kay na impact para inig launch nimo is na kay alternatives na kay mahimo nga pamaagi in case nga ang imong product is or ang imong ingredients or imong materials para sa imong product is pwede siyang ma-change at any time na kay mahimong kanang substitute for a certain material or ingredient sa imong buhaton nga product. So the importance of this is that it identifies critical factors that demand close monitoring and management attention. Second, it helps managers proactively prepare backup strategies and contingency plans for uncertain conditions. Third is it highlights vulnerabilities and areas of potential resilience. So as I've said, gihimo ni siya nga testing or murag practice or risk making para before ka mag-launch sa imong product whenever there is certain changes sa imong materials or sa imong ingredients na product nga imong himuon, you can make backup strategies, backup plans or alternative para sa kana nga product para inig for example ma-launch na siya, then after siya na-launch kay ang iyahang product after na-launch ang product is somehow ang iyahang materials kay nagkuwang or na-shorten, at least na kay backup or na kay alternative or substitute for a certain material. So sensitivity testing or sensitivity analysis is a method used to understand how changes in one or more input variables affect the outcome of a model or decision. For example, a manufacturing company assesses its new product launched. Sensitivity testing reveals that if raw material prices increase by just 10%, project profit drops by 30%. This identifies raw material costs as a highly sensitive factor requiring hedging strategies or alternative suppliers. So, if ang before nag-launch sila og new product, and ang sensitivity testing nag-state na if ang ilahang material mo increase ang price by 10%, ang ilahang profit kay mo drop by 30%. So that small change from the material makes a very bad impact sa ilahang product. That would be all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm Brana D. Garcia, and my topic is about expected monetary value. So, EMV is a decision-making tool used when a situation has several possible outcomes, and each outcome has a probability of happenings. So, it calculates the average result if the same decision were repeated many times. So EMB helps people make a rational decision when dealing with uncertainty, especially in business and project planning. How EMV works? The formula is EMV equals summation of probability multiplied by outcomes. So this means you multiply each probability by outcomes, then add all the results together. So it gives a single number that represents the expected financial gain or loss. So we have two scenarios here. Scenario A has a 60% chance of gaining 10,000. So you multiply the probability by 10,000. So 0.60 multiplied by 10,000 is equals to 6,000 pesos. Then scenario B has a 40% chances of losing 5,000 pesos. So you multiply the probability, which is 40%, so 40.40 multiplied by negative 5,000. So why is it negative? Because it's losing. So the result is negative 2,000. So you add all together the result, then 6,000 plus negative 2,000 is equals to 4,000 pesos. So the final EMV is 4,000 pesos. This project is expected to earn 4,000 pesos on average, although this is not guaranteed. So it simply gives a logical basis for deciding whether the project is worth taking.
Good day, I'm Kissy Jean Santisas, and today I'm gonna discuss the expected net present value, rest and time value. Definition. Expected net present value takes expected monetary value a step further by integrating the time value of money. It acknowledges that money received today is worth more than the same amount received in the future due to its earning potential. So, expected net present value nag-add siya og rest and time value sa kwarta to the usual expected monetary value. So, it means nga ang kwarta karon is more valuable than the same amount in the future because it can earn interest. Next, the rationale. By discounting future cash flow back to their present value and then applying probabilities, expected net present value provides a more comprehensive financial evaluation of long-term projects, especially where both rest and time horizon are significant. So, ang rason nga nung nag-use ta og expected net present value is to make future cash flows more realistic. We first discount them back to their present value and then i-apply nato ang probabilities. So, this gives us a clear and more accurate financial evaluation, especially sa mga long-term projects where rest and time are important. Then, next is importance. Expected net present value is particularly crucial for evaluating major capital investments, new product development, or infrastructure projects where initial costs are high and return occur over many years, subject various risk. So, ang expected net present value kay very useful siya sa mga big investment, new products, or infrastructures projects. So, this usually need large cost at the start, with returns spread over many years are affected by risk.